it's Layefa. How are you? And I'm back again with another chatty video. You seem to like these, but this is in collaboration with my girl SISI YEMMIE. Yes, since it's the month of February, the month of love, everybody's going to be trying to get themselves together. We thought it'd be a good idea to sort of just reflect back on our own experiences. And what would you say to your teenage self now that you know better? You know, just general stuff about, you know, dating really. So after you've watched this video, be sure to check out my girl SISI YEMMIE.
Feelings, they're temporary at this time, so you make sure you don't.
So the first thing I would say to my teenage self, myself, is run. Run for the hills. Do not do it. Do not pass go. Do not collect £200. Run straight to school. You have no business to allow yourself to get distracted with boys. But of course, there's no way I would listen to myself. So let's be more realistic. Let's start with crushes, right? We all had them. I had so many of them. Just don't have them. It's like, it's just not human, right? I would advise myself not to overindulge with the fantasies that I create in my head, because when I used to crush at that age, the dreams and the fantasies that I had was, you know, very unrealistic. I mean, I had one major crush. I would have imaginary conversations with him. I would literally, I used to just dream up our relationship. I know, it was actually crazy. I had placed him on a pedestal without even realizing. I used to fantasize of, you know, the romantic things he would say to me, the walks in the park we would go on. Like, I'm not even joking. I was very young, girl. I placed this guy on a pedestal, and what happened in the end is when finally it did come out that he eventually approached me and said to me that he likes me. When we actually tried to have a relationship, it was a disaster because he was not the guy that I thought he would be. Even though I knew him as a friend, I didn't know him as a boyfriend. And when you turn from friend to boyfriend, you change the dynamics of your relationship. What I'm trying to say is when we eventually moved from friends to boyfriend and girlfriend, but he turned out to be a complete... He was not the guy that I thought he would be. He was not sensitive to my feelings. It just turned out to be a mess. So for that reason, I would advise my younger self to try not to over fantasize. I mean, it's only natural that you will, you know, fancy somebody, but just try not to overdo it. And the way I would advise to, you know, sort of deter yourself from doing that is to keep yourself occupied. Okay, so I'm going to state the obvious now. Just because he looks good doesn't mean that he's the one. So many times we get caught on, oh, he's so fine. He's actually, because he's so fine, he's actually an idiot because he doesn't have to work hard to try and, you know, get girls. Girls just kind of fall at his feet. And that goes right up until they're grown-ass men. I find that there's very few of them that are good looking and have good character. Look more towards a guy's character, not their looks, even though looks does help because you want to be physically attracted to the person. And I'm rambling, but what I'm saying is don't just depend on his looks, right? Another piece of advice I would say to my teenage self is if you don't want to, you don't have to. Sex is not love. And this line was run so many times. If you loved me, you would sleep with me. Don't be fooled by that line. I don't know if guys are still using that line because I think it's so out of date and it's so not true. And I wasn't ever fooled by that line, but it's like, why would you drop that on me? If you loved me, you would wait. So do not be forced to do anything that you do not want to do. I would advise men that if you approach a female, ask for ID. If you do not want to get put in Feltham, right? Ask for ID, because there are girls in these streets, especially in the streets of London, that look grown, that look older than me, and you're hypnotized by hips and thighs, and don't be fooled. Ask for ID, guys, okay? Okay, so I think this piece of advice is very, very poignant for this time of year, it being February, but don't be doing Netflix and chill, okay? We all know what Netflix and chill really means, right? But growing up, it was like, oh, let's go to my house and we could rent out Blockbusters. Does anybody remember Blockbusters? Blockbusters was big. Don't go to his house on a date, especially not on a first date. You're asking for trouble, honey girl. Let him take you out. There's something about being taken out and being in an open environment. That way you cannot get taken advantage of, because, you know, it's a first date. You don't really know this person. Also, a side note to guys, right? Where you want to do big boy and you don't have money, then don't have girlfriends. Simple. A lot of guys are like, I ain't taking her right now. She could come to my house and we could just jam. Jam for where? Jam for what? If you want to have a girlfriend, which requires, you know, a lot of responsibility, then you have to be a man about it. If it's too expensive, then you're not ready to have a girlfriend. You're not ready to be courting. You're not ready to be dating. You're not ready to be in a relationship, because in order to be a man, it takes responsibility, right? Girls, notes to my teenage self. As if you could set your standard from that age, you're only moving up. Don't go to his house, you know, because by doing that, you're tempting temptation. If you want to be comfortable, okay, I would advise go with one of your girlfriends. Having a boyfriend will not complete you. You have to enjoy the journey of finding yourself before you can belong to somebody else. You're a teenager. You've always got homework to do. You've always got something to do. Focus on those dreams so that your mind is not on the fact that, oh my gosh, I don't have a date for Valentine's Day. No, you've got things to do, okay? I feel like for the most part, what I'm saying is, do not allow yourself to be distracted by boys, and do not allow yourself to be pressured by what your friends are doing. That is my biggest advice to my teenage self. Just enjoy, you know, doing those things. I mean, for the most part, I did enjoy. Like, I remember I went on my first girly holiday at the age of 16. That was without parents, and I had so much fun, and that was the beginning of a new journey, like discovering myself. Enjoy being you. Enjoy that friendship with your girls. The final thing I want to say to my teenage self is, because everything I said, I know I'm not going to listen to, because I'm a teenager, right? And I want to do my own thing, is if you do decide to date, right, know your worth. Look in the mirror every day and tell yourself how beautiful you are. But no guy can just come and mug you off. And when I say mug you off, I basically mean can't come and take advantage of you. You don't have to be so giddy and be exactly like ready on time. Like you say 6 o'clock and you're ready at 5 minutes to 6. Hold your corner, calm down. Let him, you know, wait a little bit. Yeah, dating is fun. It is fun. Talk. Ask questions. Don't be shy. The person that you're dating wants to date the real you. I hope this video has been informative and has given you some advice. And I'm going to head over to my girl SISI YEMMIE's channel and check out what she says and the advice that she gives to her teenage self. And I would say that you should do the same. Look at my boy in the background. Are you serious? He really wants to be in this video today. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment. Look at this guy. Are you serious? He's just like, what is he doing? Subscribe, share this video. It really does help me out a lot. So until my next video, think smart, work hard, make it happen. Bye. I don't know why guys are trying to be sloppy here. My child is walking in. You want something grand. Oh God, he's gonna sit on my work. But you don't want to be responsible about it. Have I got lines on my face?